Ladies and gentlemen, it is my prayer and hope that this video is going to find you when you're doing fine and in good health. I'm also doing fine at this peripheral end, so let me know where you're watching this video from, which country, which state, which island, and the weather condition. I'm coming live from the Middle East. And guys, I just want to put certain things into perspective over here. Later today, I stumbled on Rosio's video, which I interacted with it several times. And the message in Rosio's video was a message that was concerning her alone. Rosio is explaining the predicament that she's been having post-birth, or rather postpartum. Well, it's a story that I watch with keen interest because I wanted to get so that the message itself settled in me. And actually I can say, and I'm acutely sure that it decelerated big time, of which I'm well cognizant with what Rosio was exuding in that video. So this is the video that I want to put into perspective and analyze, because there are two segments that I decided to cut it out because this segment was confusing people, both all Iam-Marwa supporters and the lazy gang also dealt on it to give a blow, to twist and lies. Therefore, I'm also going to demystify the lies and expose the lies at the same time. So guys, if you want to know more of what that video entails or pertains, kindly stay tuned here because I'm going to unravel more at the progression stages of this video. So if you're coming across this video for the very first time and channel, kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. My loyal subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive in, lest we forget. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, it was just a matter of a time for Amqarol'S to come and twist a narrative and spewing lies of what Rosio said, because this is what not Rosio meant when Rosio decided to speak about his predicament and his situation going forward. Now, Amqarol'S decided to come, talked about it, and said a lot of things that Rosio is planning to ditch Iam-Marwa, or Rosio is planning to quit her relationship with Iam-Marwa, which I said it is lies, and I'm going to expose the lies. So let's just decide to expose the lies before I come and demystify going forward. So let's watch the video below.
We are tired to tell you, Rosio, from the beginning of everything, you made the wrong decisions to be in this place. You would have just come in as a guest and leave, just like everyone else. But you decided to open your legs. Now you are blaming postpartum after 3 or 4 months. Forget it. Forget it. Shame on you. Now the eyes have started, clearing up. When we were busy telling you, and even some of Marwa's ex-girlfriends have been writing you, all those stories, you've been brushing them. Now you say it's past. It is not. It is not postpartum, whatever it is. It's not. Postpartum is a moment when you pass through. If you're financially stable, your man is with you, and by you, the future is bright and everything is moving on. It's just all about healing your body. And then after that, you're through it. But if your future or the future of the baby or the future of the husband is at stake, that's not postpartum. That is something else we're talking about here. Lucy, have you finished cooking? Lucy's asking a very hard question here. Let me highlight it. Yeah, when you want to grab everything, you grab the wrong man. People warned her. She thought she was clever. Yes. And also she thought that if you get into a man's life, you will
You've
change
just
the
watched
man.
the video
You see, this
of
is
Amqarol'S insinuating of what Rosio decided to say. And I want to tell you, and I'm acutely putting it forth, that that is what not Rosio meant. And that's why most of the time I've been talking about and asking myself, what kind of school or which kind of school these people attended? Because if you cannot deduce what really Rosio said in her video, then it is a worrisome. The kind of school or the kinds of knowledge or the kinds of even a literature you are taught to deduce a particular kind of statement, or from a simple passage, or from a simple kind of an oral video. It's a worrisome and it's perturbing. Guys, maybe to jog you a bit, what the Bungoma monitoring spirit is saying that Rosio made a wrong decision to marry Iam-Marwa. And that's why he's complaining left and right that they've decided from day one to caution Rosio never to get married to Iam-Marwa. Now Rosio is regretting that this is all what Rosio is addressing in her video. I want to bet you it's not. And that one is lie number one. First of all, I'm setting all this right, then I'm going to demystify them using Rosio videos going forward. Secondly, he's saying that Rosio ought to have come as a visitor in Nyaboanzi. Then he leaves like other girlfriends of Iam-Marwa who have just come to Nyaboanzi and left. This is their narrative. Because now they've reduced Rosio video to their own problem, how they understand. And this is not what Rosio meant with his video, Rosio discussing her journey after postpartum. You know, they're saying there's no future that Rosio is looking, that Rosio is want, that Rosio future is not bleak, that what is bleak is the future of the baby M and the future of the husband who is Iam-Marwa, that is bleak. And this is what Rosio is claiming about, which is not true. That is lie number 3. I'm going to demystify them. And again, it's again chiding Rosio that Rosio was so greedy and grabbing anything along her way. That's why she decided to grab Iam-Marwa with everything, yet now is crying on this YouTube stream. Guys, I just want to tell you all those lies, 4 lies, as this is a story that is made up by the lazy gang as their material content to vex and to chide Rosio. I want to tell you, for a matter of fact, there is nothing in Rosio's video that speaks to this. This is a fabricated kind of a narrative that they will now want to push going forward, because I've seen 3 of them talked about this story that Rosio is planning to ditch Iam-Marwa. Hence my topic, because I'm asking myself a question: is it really true? Therefore, this is what I want to address. It is not true. Perhaps let's watch Rosio's video, then I'll come and I'll put everything into perspective. At this point, kindly watch Rosio's video, read between the line, understand so that it is sealed. Then it will be so easier when I come to exude my points and put it into perspective. Then it will sink. So let's dive in.
I don't like is I see more the trouble, the problems, the future that I see, a future that is not the future that I want. So I think, what if I reach? It's very complicated. Mine can be very complicated, and I don't like to be there. I don't like to be there, because then things like this happen. I'm sad during my days. The energy is contagious, so also people around me can feel me, and I'm extra tired, of course, because I'm not really sleeping very well because of Maisha. And yeah, it's not easy. I don't want to blame the motherhood side, though it must have something, you know, like it's been only 2 months since I gave birth. Postpartum is still there. I'm still struggling. I'm not sleeping the amount of hours that I used to sleep. That also can affect my mindset and my strength. But I've been thinking a lot, and every time I'm in this very hard mud that I want to get out, and it seems like heavy, like I cannot move and I cannot move forward. It really makes me think of, okay, what is it that I really want then? Because if this is this that I'm living right now, I don't want it. What is it that I want for sure, for real? So I've been thinking a lot.
You've just watched
and
Rosio's video.
I really want to kind of
And so plain what Rosio is saying over there. There's nothing in Rosio's video speaking of planning to leave Iam-Marwa. Even if you listen to it, because you know sometimes some people might talk, then that's what they're insinuating, or that's the intended purpose of the message. But there is no intention even in that. You couldn't read, you couldn't even understand, you cannot even connect that Rosio is complaining about the relationship. No, Rosio wasn't complaining about the marriage or the relationship between Iam-Marwa and her. There's nothing like that. So I'm still wondering the connection of AM vexation with this kind of the video that Rosio did it so well. I cannot get the logics why the reasoning of Amqarol in connection with the video of Rosio that we just watched. Therefore, you get to know how these people are twisting their words. That's why at times I blame what kind of a school or which school did they attend? Who taught them the English 101? This is where I drew the line. But you know, the problem is whenever you tell them such kind of things, somebody will want to invoke the gender card. Someone will want to dissent law on genitalia. Others also will refer you to be uncircumcised. I know. But what is your problem? My only aim is like, I've stated the video of what you've said and I've given you the fact. So you can compare vis-a-vis what Rosio said. The two video itself are not compatible. The message itself not compatible. In other words, they are not congruent to each other. It's like a square peg on a round hole. It doesn't fit the explanation of Amqarol. Perhaps let me do them a favor. What Rosio meant. Sometimes in literature, they used to bring a small passage. Therefore, they ask you, from the passage or from an excerpt you've just read, kindly, who was speaking? Where was he or she speaking from? What was the message in that place? Because they give you a passage or a phrasal verb incomplete so that they tell you, write a story about or identify the character. So if these things is what you never understood whenever you are taught a literature from Form 3 to Form 4, therefore, now I know. And this is where people have a problem. If I listen to Rosio so keenly, Rosio talked about 4 main things, of which I want to summarize them. Therefore, at the last segment, I will give you the main point, what Rosio really meant big time. Rosio was not talking about relationship. He wasn't talking about the marriage itself. Rosio talked about the future full of bleak. That sometimes he sits down, he sees trouble and things. Why was even trouble and the future? Rosio was evoking these things that he sees trouble and future because there are all clear indicators that Rosio itself is still undergoing what we call the postpartum, the post-birth experience. And this is the thing that really has made Rosio to behave in a particular way that Rosio says that she's never been posting video because she's tired, she sleeps late, she cannot even get enough time to do meaningful videos. Therefore, he said, if she goes ahead for a long time to sit, for even another 1 month, therefore, he sees a future that is bleak, a future that is full of trouble. In other words, Rosio is saying that the postpartum journey itself is not easy. It has come with myriads of challenges. One, Rosio is procrastination. If you don't know procrastination itself, procrastination is a state whereby even your subconscious state itself have gone to yonder. Thinking deep left and right, you think even of your future, what you will achieve when you are 80 years. You can even think of your old age and yet you are still 30. Therefore, it takes you to a world of fantasies where you're always fantasizing. Procrastination also introduces you to the world of timelessness that sometimes you cannot fathom, such that when your subconscious state comes back in real sense, therefore you fear. And this is what Rosio experienced and has taken a leap into her future and what future holds. Then this is what really made Rosio being afraid and decided to talk. Procrastination, it could be a form of meditation, but this one is beyond. It takes you in a tangent whereby you go to yonder, to the world that you're alone, to the world of timelessness, to the world of fantasizing. Some people are even procrastinating crazily that they cannot even take bath, they cannot even eat, they're just there. Therefore, the laziness crops in. And this is what Rosio is talking about. Rosio was not talking about relationship because there is nothing in relationship that Rosio even evoked. Whenever he was speaking. And these are the troubles that Rosio sees. That if she continues sitting down for a long time, she falls in trouble. Rosio is speaking that she is not sleeping because of baby Maisha, because there's a lot of challenges that baby comes with. And that's why Rosio was evoking the names of trouble and the effect of postpartum. You're talking about the postpartum, that the person going through postpartum must be that. No. Postpartum works with people differently. I might say postpartum is a promoter of who you are. It promotes, just like people doing drug abuse, it promotes of who you are. Which means if you're dirty, you'll ever be dirty. If you're clean, therefore it promotes that thing that is in you, that you'll overdo the cleanliness. I heard you complaining that Rosio is clean, that there is no way that Rosio could be undergoing postpartum because it's clear that most of the people who are going postpartum are lazy, don't clean themselves. No, it promotes what you are. If you're clean, you'll overdo that. It comes and promotes what that you do, and you do it hyperbole. You exaggerate it. That's the meaning of hyperbole. So it works from one individual to the other individual differently. It's not constant. What is constant is postpartum. How it deals and behaves with people is so different. I hope you understand. So Rosio talked about it, and he sees this feature. And at the end, she's telling us she's been thinking of other things as well, because all this is in connection of the YouTube channel. All this is in connection of her career as a musician. That motherhood, as a point, interfered with Rosio's objective in life, of which he's saying very soon is going to come out, and is considering on how to introduce herself or to reincarnate, so that it comes back in the state whereby it could be free to do all such kind of this video. If I'm hearing Rosio so well. And that's why I said it never stopped from there. Rosio now revealed the main thing.
I'm in this.
Perhaps let's watch.
I'm in this
video.
very hard mud that I want to get out, and it seems like heavy, like I cannot move and I cannot move forward. It really makes me think of, okay, what is it that I really want then? Because if this is this that I'm living right now, I don't want it. What is it that I want for sure, for real? So I've been thinking a lot, and I really want to kind of rebuild my brand. I want to create a brand, my own brand that is stronger. It can be stronger. For sure, I am committed to, I've been saying a lot that I'm coming back to music. This year I'm recording my music, and I'm already working on that. But also arts needs a lot of inspiration, and all this cloud that I have on top of my head is like just making me procrastinate a lot. Procrastination. It's a lot that I have to work on. Discipline and procrastinations are my enemies at the moment. I think are the things that I always had to work the most, because I can be motivated very easily. I can just get super motivated, start creating ideas and this and that, and then I slowly fade, and so yeah, being disciplined is one of the things that I want to do. And something funny about it is that I read before that sometimes we think that we are not something. For example, in my case, discipline. I may think that I'm not disciplined.
That video and that segment alone.
Oh,
it is in the connection of the story that I've just highlighted previously. So these are the future of the art, the future that Rosio is talking about. And Rosio, when he's talking about the trouble, is talking about the clouds of procrastination and indiscipline that really makes trouble for her never to progress in as far as YouTube is concerned. Because he said she's been thinking on a way on how he wants to introduce his YouTube brand, a YouTube brand. Because Rosio she is a YouTuber. That she needs a brand on her own, a brand that she identifies herself with, a brand that her subscribers and her supporters squarely believe in her, not because the husband is Iam-Marwa. And this is a matter of fact, and I agree with her so well, because most of the people sometimes also have gone to subscribe to Rosio's channel because they knew Rosio through Iam-Marwa. Others, because they have gone there, others like the content of Rosio's, others don't like because others were there just because Rosio's has got a relationship with Iam-Marwa, therefore they needed just to be there. And this is what Rosio wants to depart from, because he's saying her brand and Iam-Marwa brand is so different. She wants a brand of her own, a brand that she wants to do it so professionally. And she's saying she normally admires Iam-Marwa brand, but the style of her art is so different. Number two is speaking of the style of Iam-Marwa content creation art. He said Iam-Marwa is somebody who can just even pick a toothbrush and make a content with it and entertain people. And that one requires high level of intelligence and creativity, which Iam-Marwa is having. And Rosio is saying that type of content is not her content. She needs her brand that people knows her about. Not because people will know Rosio because, oh, I know you because of Iam-Marwa. No. It's good because Iam-Marwa exists in her life. But Rosio wants to be identified with her own brand, not because she is Iam-Marwa's fiancée. And this is the point that Rosio is putting across. Not that Rosio is planning to ditch Iam-Marwa. There's no point like that. So the lazy gang, you must toe the line, because if you don't have to understand these things, therefore we'll need to educate you. You need to educate you over here, because you don't know where you are getting what you are saying from. Rosio is saying at the moment the only enemies that is faced with is about procrastination and discipline. Apart that, the procrastination itself has weighed her down so crazily that even when it comes to discipline itself, she couldn't focus herself into content creation like she wants, because she keeps on thinking, she keeps on, and these are the issues of what? Postpartum itself. Not postpartum as Amqarol'S would call it, it's postpartum. She's just said her real enemies going forward in his future is about procrastination and lack of discipline on her part, because the baby is here, she doesn't sleep well, such that she's not consistent with her routine of always making content, so that she could achieve her goal in life without too much struggling. She hasn't said that her real enemy in the marriage is Iam-Marwa. So the lazy gang, you must get this thing so clear, that the only thing that Rosio needs at this moment, she's saying she needs a motivation. A motivation could be an environment that is so controlled that her thought could come back. The motivation could be counseling. The motivation could be people talking to her and receive good message, not negative messages. That alone could be a motivation. And being motivated to get back and come out from postpartum so strong, and she continues with her brand. Those were the message that Rosio was talking about. Not the message that the lazy gang are saying that Rosio is planning to reach Iam-Marwa. Out this story will get and silt into your skull. You know, because sometimes me, I sit then, I was like, hey, where? Going to Rosio videos, played it 2 times to get to know where, as Rosio said. Grasping the message itself with its intended purpose. I see where, I see none, there's no place Rosio's message that was intended to tell the public that she's reaching Iam-Marwa. No, nothing like that. So guys, all this message we've seen, and I've just demystified that Rosio was never planning to reach Iam-Marwa, and that information from the lazy gang, Amqarol'S herself, is declassified big time, and it's confirmed that Amqarol'S, aka Bungoma Monitoring Spirit, a great liar. Indeed. Let me know what you're thinking at the comment section. Until next time, this is your guy, Senior Zach. Prost.